So here I have the system up and running actually on an Arduino Uno while I'm waiting for the ESP32C3 Mini. So I think everything's pretty much working. The program's 99% complete. You can see here that my last count was 140 thank yous. I have a little button here I can press, and you will see the counter starting to increment. And if I press and hold the button, you'll see a plus sign show up, and then after 3 pluses it'll it'll reset the counter to 0. So if I start counting again, if I press and hold the button until I see the first couple of plus signs, it counts into memory, so it remembers the count of 7. So now I can unplug this from the power completely. I'll just plug it back in, and it will get back in there, and it will have retained the count of 7. And you can see there it is, 7. So it's working. So now I'm going to transfer this over to the ESP32C3. Wish me luck. I've never done this before, so I've never used that particular processor, so we'll see what happens. By the way, you can see here that I have a little time of flight sensor. This is for the next project I'm doing. So I sort of had a few goals with this project. I wanted to get this display working. I was experimenting with that. And I wanted to 3D print the case for this using the Onshape software, which I've never used before, so I want to learn how to use that. And then what I'm going to do is do another project where I use this time of flight sensor. So right now it's not doing anything, it's just disabled, but it's ready for the next step that I'm going to take. But before that, I need to get things working on the other processor. So here we are. I have the counter on the ESP32C3 now. Everything's working. I'll just press the count button here, and you'll see it incrementing. If I press and hold, I get a little plus sign, and then I can let go and it's recorded the count. I also have the low battery voltage system working, so I have this actually connected to a power supply right now. So I'm going to lower the voltage down to around 3.2 volts, and you will see it says battery low, and it records the count and tells you to recharge, check the battery, and you can press and continue if you want. So everything's working. So next step is to build it to go in the little box. And as we can see, the 3D printer has completed the job. This was my first attempt at 3D printing the case. I'll just turn it so you can see here. There's a little USB hole for the USB and for the switch. This is the back here. And this little hole is for the power switch. So that's a little small. And I made some mistakes, like I made the hole for the screen too big. The corners of the back are not rounded. This little hole for the switch is too small. So that was our first experiment. It only took about half an hour to print anyway, so it doesn't matter. Here it is again, done properly. So here I have a slightly larger case. I think I added about 0.2 inches to it. Now the hole's the right size, and I think I'll be able to get everything in there. Here's the lid, and I made this hole a little bigger, and the edges are rounded, so it fits on here really quite nicely now. Looks quite good, I think. So that's ready. I'm going to just dry fit some of the parts. So I have the little OLED screen here, so that will go in, it will fit in like this, and if I can fumble it in there, yeah, so it fits properly. And we have the battery, which will go in somewhere. I have the little unit for charging the battery. I have the switch, which will fit through there, and I have a little tiny switch for the power. And as you can see, I still have plenty of space for the microprocessor board, which will be an ESP32C3 Mini, which is really quite small. I've ordered it. It is coming, supposed to be delivered this afternoon, so then I can put things together. And here we are. I have the final assembly ready to go into the box. I'm going to put that in next. So here it is with everything crammed into the box, including the battery. And I'm just keeping things in place and separated with hot glue and a little bit of electrical tape. There's no need for anything else. And it is working. Just flip it over here so you can see. When I press the button, it's counting. So I'm going to put the lid on and we're done. So here it is completed. We can see that it is working. If I press the button, it counts. If I press and hold, and get the plus sign, it records and still counting. And if I press and hold for a longer period, well, I got 3 plus signs, and then it will reset. So that's working. So I'm going to just record, say, 4. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it off. Just get in with the little switch there. It's off. So there we are, it's off. I'm going to turn back on, and we should have still a count of 4 recorded. Battery level gives us the battery level, and we're back at count of 4, and we can continue counting. Working perfectly. I'm really happy with it. Thanks for attending, and I'll see you next time.